Okay, so first of all, I want to briefly explain how they got to these things that I crossed out. Okay, I want to briefly explain how I got to these red things that I crossed out. Okay, when you divide, okay, so let me get these red lines out the way. Okay, now let's just, for the sake of this argument, for the sake of this lesson, let's just pretend this was a big fat 0. Okay, I'm making that up. Okay, now whatever the largest exponent is, okay, how about this? Let's start off easy. Okay, and this is basically just an FYI. Okay, this is just for your information right now. If you do 8 divided by 2, you get 4. Okay, now if you want to go backwards, okay, you can do 4 times 2. I'm going to write in parentheses form equals to 8. Okay, so 8 divided by 2 is 4. If you want to go backwards, you can go 4 times 2 is 8 to get back to 8. So same deal here. Okay, if you can do this top divided by this bottom equals to this, or you can go backwards and say this times that will equal to that. Okay, and if you were to distribute this all out, you should get that if this were truly a 0. Okay, but obviously you won't because there is a negative 11 over here. Okay, but in theory, when you multiply this by this, you should get back to the original answer, just like if you multiply 4 by 2, you should get back to 8. Okay, now the question is, how did they get this though? Okay, how did they get that? They got that. Okay, look at the coefficients here in pink. Boom, boom, boom. Invisible 1, negative 6, 9. Okay, they just copied the coefficients there. Okay, and what's the largest exponent here? Is a 3, so you always go 1 less. Okay, that's a 2, that's a 1, and that's a 0, which basically goes away here. Okay, all right, so that's how they got this. These become the coefficients, okay, and these become the exponents, and you start with 1 less than the highest exponent here. Okay, you always start with 1 less than the highest exponent. So if the highest exponent is 3, then you go 2, 1, 0. If it's 4, then you go 3, 2, 1, 0. If it's 5, it's 4, 3, 2, 1, 0 on bottom. Okay, again, let me just confirm that concept here. Let's pretend the remainder was 0. Okay, and that means this were 0. Okay, let's look right here. Okay, 2, 1, 10, 27, 2, invisible 1, 10, 27. Okay, the largest exponent over here, okay, the largest exponent over here was 3, or was 4 in this case. So then I'm going to go 1 less. Okay, 3, 2, 1, 0. Just like, okay. So the large exponent was 4, so you go 3, 2, 1, 0, start 1 less. The large exponent was 3, you go 2, 1, 0, start 1 less. And again, the main idea that I really want to drill home is that if you multiply this answer, okay, with this parentheses, you should get back to the original problem, which is right there. Just like if you multiply this answer by the 2, you should get back to the 8. Okay? All right? So I want you to know how to get to this right here. Okay? And by the way, this 82, okay, this 82, you just write this 82, this here. Let me see if I have an orange highlight. Check this out. This 82 went right here, and the x minus 3 went right there. Okay? And because this was a positive 82, that's a plus sign that got overlapped with the parentheses. Okay? And this is a negative 11, that's a negative 11, that's an x plus 1, that's an x plus 1, and because, and this negative goes right here on top, okay? I'm not really sweating too much the orange highlights. I'm more worried that you understand how I got the pink and blue highlights, and then when you multiply this this answer parentheses with this x minus 3, you get back to original problem, okay? All right, folks, I want to teach you something this is really easy. This is called a factor theorem, okay? So factor theorem, all right? So now you can do this using synthetic division, okay? Which is, you would do -2, okay? -2. Hope you know where I got that -2 from now. And I get the 1, -2, -5, 6, boom, 1, -2, -4, 8, 3, -6, 0. It is a factor, okay? Or how about this? -2, 0 is an x-intercept. Okay? Let's use the factor theorem. Watch this, okay? Again, I hope we all understand that that came from this, okay? And the -2 came from the opposite sign of that. Now watch this, okay? Anywhere I see an x, I'm going to put a blank parentheses, okay? Anywhere I see an x, I'm going to put a blank parentheses. Let me just keep it as red to be consistent, okay? And factor theorem, let me draw an arrow right here, okay? Minus 2 squared, boom, boom, plus 6. And now watch this. I'm going to put a -2. Okay, I'm going to put a -2 in these parentheses. All right, let me highlight that in yellow here. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Okay, -2 cubed. If you want to use this, if you want to use your calculator, be sure to put a parentheses around -2. This is -8. You would basically put it in your calculator exactly how you see it right here. Okay, exactly like how you see it on this line. This becomes -8 minus 8 because this becomes +4 times -2 is -8. Plus 10 plus 6, this becomes -16. This becomes +16, and you end up getting 0. So watch this. The 0 matches here and here. Okay? So again, -2 is a factor, or is an x-intercept. Okay? And again, they use the term x-intercept. You can use the term zeros, or they will use also the term zeros, solutions, roots. Another way that they might phrase it is that x plus 2 is a factor. Okay? All of this mean the same thing. Those all mean the same exact thing. Okay, and is a factor of that right there. Okay. Okay, that pretty much sums up the lesson. I want you guys to do these problems that I'm going to show you right over here. Okay.